You are awake. You are focused. You are hungry. You have stripped your expenses to the bone. You have detoxed your brain from the cheap dopamine. You are vibrating with energy, ready to attack the market. But now you are standing in the parking lot, holding the keys to your mental Ferrari, and you realize something terrifying. You do not have a map. You do not know where to drive. You ask yourself the question that kills most entrepreneurs before they even start. What do I sell? Do I start a clothing brand? Do I learn to code? Do I trade crypto? Do I write a book? The options are paralyzing. You see a teenager making millions with dropshipping, so you try that. You see a guru selling real estate courses, so you try that. You're jumping from lily pad to lily pad, never sinking your teeth into anything real. Stop. Today, we end the confusion. We are going to perform a business autopsy. We are not going to talk about abstract ideas. We are going to slice open a specific business model that is creating millionaires right now. It is the only model that makes sense for a beginner with no capital and high ambition. It is called the ghost agency. Some people call it drop servicing. Some people call it service arbitrage. I call it the ghost agency because you are invisible. You own the brand. You own the client relationship. You own the money, but you do not touch the product. You are the architect, not the bricklayer. Let us look at the economy. Who makes the most money? Does the guy who builds the iPhone make the most money? No. The guy who builds the iPhone in a factory gets paid an hourly wage. The guy who designs the box and sells the dream makes the billions. Apple is a ghost agency for hardware. Uber is a ghost agency for transportation. Uber does not own cars. Airbnb does not own houses. They own the connection. They own the transaction. You are going to do the same thing, but for high-ticket digital services. Here's the premise. There is a business owner. Let's say he is a dentist. He is good at fixing teeth, but he is terrible at the internet. He needs a new website. He knows that if he hires a local agency in New York or London, they will charge him $10,000. He doesn't want to pay that. But he also doesn't want to go on Fiverr and hire a random guy for $50 because he doesn't trust the quality. He is stuck in the middle. He has money, but he has fear. He needs a bridge. You are the bridge. You approach the dentist. You look professional. You have a clean brand. You speak his language. You say, I can build you a premium website that brings in clients for $2,000. He says yes. He pays you. You take that $2,000. You go to the global labor market. You go to Eastern Europe. You go to Southeast Asia. You find a killer developer who charges $300 for the same website. You pay him. He builds it. You deliver it to the dentist. You keep the $1,700 difference. You just made $1,700. Did you write a line of code? No. Did you design a graphic? No. You sold certainty. The dentist paid you for the peace of mind that the job would get done. He paid you to manage the talent. You're not selling a website. You are selling management. This is the beauty of the ghost agency. It solves the three biggest problems of starting a business. Problem one, I don't have a product. With this model, your product is other people's skills. You don't need inventory. You don't need a warehouse. You have an infinite supply of product available on the global market. Problem two, I don't have money. You don't need money. You get paid by the client before you pay the freelancer. You are cash flow positive from day one. You are using the client's money to fund the business. Problem three, I'm not an expert. This is the biggest lie. You think you need to be the best video editor to sell video editing? Wrong. The owner of a hospital does not know how to perform heart surgery. He hires surgeons. If you try to do the work yourself, you're just buying a job. If you hire others, you're building a business. Now, let's look at the math. This is the speedrun math. To make $10,000 a month, you have two paths. Path A, the low-ticket hell. You sell a $20 ebook. You need 500 customers a month. That is 500 people you have to convince. That is 500 customer support emails. That is impossible for a beginner. Path B, the ghost agency. You sell a $2,000 service. You need 5 clients, just 5. If you can convince one person a week to trust you, you are making 6 figures a year. But you cannot sell everything. This is where most people fail. They start a digital marketing agency. They say we do SEO and web design and Facebook ads and TikTok and logos. No, that smells like desperation. A generalist is a commodity. A specialist is a sniper. If you have a brain tumor, do you go to a general doctor? No, you go to a neurosurgeon. The general doctor makes $200,000 a year. The neurosurgeon makes $2 million. You must pick a niche. We are going to dissect the 3 most profitable niches right now. I want you to pick one. Do not try to do all 3. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Niche 1, the boring B2B. This is my favorite. These are businesses like law firms, HVAC companies, roofing companies, solar companies. Why do I love them? Because one new customer is worth thousands of dollars to them. If you build a website for a pizza shop, a new customer buys a $20 pizza. The owner doesn't care. He won't pay you much. If you build a funnel for a roofing company, a new customer buys a $20,000 roof. The owner cares. He will happily pay you $2,000 a month if you bring him leads. High-ticket clients pay for high-ticket services. What do you sell them? Lead generation. You don't sell posts, you sell phone calls. You say, we'll build a system that gets your phone to ring with people who need a new roof. You hire a media buyer on Upwork to run Google ads. You pay the media buyer $500 a month. You charge the roofer $2,000 a month. You profit $1,500. Recurring. Every month, as long as the phone rings, they pay. Niche 2, the creator economy support. YouTube is the new television. There are millions of creators making money, but they are drowning in work. They need to edit videos. They need to make thumbnails. They need to write newsletters. They need to manage their community. Most of them are creative, but they are disorganized. You become the YouTube growth partner. You approach a YouTuber with 50,000 subscribers. You say, I will take all your editing off your plate. I will create short-form clips for TikTok to double your reach. You charge $4,000 a month for a full package. You hire a video editor in the Philippines for $800 a month. You hire a scriptwriter for $500. Your cost is $1,300. Your revenue is $4,000. Your profit is $2,700 a month from one client. You get 3 YouTubers, and you're making nearly $10,000 a month profit. And the best part? YouTubers talk. If you do a good job for one, he will tell his friends. You grow by referral. Niche 3, the e-commerce optimization. There are thousands of Shopify stores selling clothes, supplements, and gadgets. Most of them are terrible at email marketing. They spend money on ads to get a customer. They sell one shirt, and then they never talk to that customer again. They are leaving millions on the table. You start an email marketing agency for e-commerce brands. You say, I will set up automated email flows. When someone abandons their cart, they will get an email. When someone buys, they will get an upsell. This is pure profit for the store owner. If you make him an extra $10,000 a month from emails, will he pay you $2,000? Absolutely. You hire a copywriter to write the emails. You hire a tech guy to set up Klaviyo. Once the flows are set up, they run automatically. This is almost passive income after the initial build. So you have the model. The ghost agency, you have the niches. B2B, creators, or e-com. Now you need the Grand Slam offer. This is a concept from Alex Hormozy. Most people have weak offers. A weak offer looks like this. I will design a logo for you for $500. Boring. Commoditized. I can get that anywhere. A Grand Slam offer looks like this. I will build you a complete brand identity system that is guaranteed to increase your perceived value, or I will work for free until it does. Do you see the difference? One sells a task, the other sells a result and removes the risk. To build a Grand Slam offer, you need 3 components. Component 1, specific problem. You say, you're a lawyer and you're not getting leads from Google. Component 2, unique mechanism. You say, we use the authority ranking system to put you on the first page. You just give a fancy name to SEO. Component 3, risk reversal. You say, if we don't rank you in 90 days, we refund your money. But wait, you scream, I can't offer a refund. What if I lose money? This is the scarcity mindset talking. If you are good, you won't have to refund. And offering the guarantee is the only way to get the client to say yes in the beginning. You have to take the risk off their shoulders and put it on yours. That is why you get paid the big bucks. You are paid to absorb risk. Now, let's talk about the supply chain, the talent. Where do you find these people who will do the work for you? Upwork, Fiverr, online jobs, .ph, Twitter. But you cannot just hire the first person you see. That is how you get burned. You need a vetting process. Here's the shadow hiring protocol. Step 1, post a job description that is detailed. At the very bottom, put the word blue in the subject line. Delete every application that does not have the word blue. This filters out the bots and the people who can't follow instructions. That will eliminate 80% of applicants instantly. Step 2, the test task. Never hire someone for a big project immediately. Give them a small paid test. Here is $20. Write 1 email. Here is $30. Design 1 thumbnail. See how fast they reply. See if they ask good questions. See if they hit the deadline. Talent is not just about skill. It is about reliability. I will take a B-level designer who is reliable over an A-level designer who ghosts me for 3 days. Step 3, the negotiation. Do not pay hourly. Hourly is a trap. If you pay hourly, they are incentivized to work slow. Pay per project or flat retainer. Say, I will pay you $200 per video. Now they are incentivized to work fast. And you know exactly what your margin is. If you sell the video for $500 and pay $200, you make $300. The math is locked in. You have the structure. You know what you are selling. You know who is doing the work. Now comes the part where you actually have to work. You have to get the client. You can have the best agency in the world, but if nobody knows you exist, you are broke. This brings us to the hunt. Most people wait for clients. They post on Instagram and hope. Hope is not a strategy. We do not wait. We hunt. We do outbound sales. We reach out to strangers and ask for money. This terrifies you. Good. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. In the next section, I'm going to give you the exact scripts. I mean the word-for-word templates for cold emails and cold DMs that get high-ticket clients to reply. We are going to talk about how to scrape leads, how to bypass the gatekeeper, and how to close the deal on Zoom. We are going to turn you into a sniper. But before we go there, I need you to make a decision right now. Pick your niche. Are you going after the roofers, the YouTubers, or the e-com stores? Do not overthink it. They all work. The only thing that doesn't work is indecision. Pick one. Commit to it for 6 months. Write it down. I am a ghost agency for X. That is your identity now. You're not a guy trying to make money. You're a specialist. Now, let's go get your first check. You have the niche. You have the talent lined up. You have the offer, but you have zero money in the bank. You're currently the best kept secret in your industry. Being a secret does not pay the rent. We need to move from the architecture phase to the hunting phase. We need to go get the money. This brings us to the hunt. In the corporate world, they call this lead generation and sales. I call it hunting because it requires a predatory mindset. You're not waiting for the phone to ring. You're going out into the jungle to find the food. Most beginners fail here because they rely on inbound marketing. They post content on Instagram. They write blog posts. They pray to the algorithm gods. That is too slow. We are doing a speed run. We do not have time to build an audience of 10,000 people before we make a sale. We need a sale by Friday. To do that, we use outbound marketing. We reach out to strangers who have money and problems, and we offer to solve them. Step 1. Building the list. You cannot shoot if you do not have a target. You need a list of 100 potential clients. Do not buy a list. Bought lists are trash. You need to build it manually. If you are targeting roofers, go to Google Maps. Type in roofer plus a city name, roofer Dallas, roofer Miami. Skip the ones on the first page. They are already rich. They have agencies. Go to page 2 and page 3. These are the hungry ones. These are the ones who need help. Open a spreadsheet. Make columns for name, email, phone number, and website link. Find the owner's name. Use LinkedIn. Use the About Us page. If you email info@company.com, you are dead. You need to email john@company.com. Do this until you have 100 names. Do not stop at 99. 100 is the price of admission. Step 2, the outreach. Now you have to contact them. You are terrified. You think you're annoying them. Let me reframe this. If you walked past a house and saw it was on fire, would you be annoying if you knocked on the door to tell them? No, you would be a hero. If a business has a terrible website or no leads, their business is on fire. You are holding the water bucket. You have a moral obligation to knock, but you have to knock the right way. Most people send generic spam, and they say, "Hi, we are a digital agency. We can boost your SEO." Delete, block, spam. You need a pattern interrupt. You need to stand out. We are going to use the Loom method. This has the highest conversion rate of anything I have ever seen. You are going to record a 60-second video of yourself analyzing their current situation. You pull up their website on your screen. You hit record. You say, "Hey John, I was looking for a roofer in Dallas and I found your site, but I noticed you aren't showing up on Google Maps for this keyword. I actually made a quick mock-up of how we can fix that to get you 10 more calls a week. I'm not trying to sell you anything yet, just wanted to show you this. Let me know if you want to see the rest." You send that video link in the email. Why does this work? 1, it is personalized. You said his name, you showed his website. He knows it is not a bot. 2, it leads with value. You taught him something before asking for money. 3, it triggers the law of reciprocity. You gave him a gift. He feels obligated to reply. Here is the exact cold email script. Subject line: video for John. Body: "Hi John. I was doing some research on roofers in Dallas and I noticed a broken link on your landing page that is probably costing you leads. I made a 30-second video showing you exactly how to fix it so you stop losing money. Here is the link. No catch, just wanted to help. Let me know if you get it. That is it. Do not send a PDF. Do not send a meeting link. Just get a reply. Conversation first. Conversion second. If you are targeting creators or influencers, you do not use email. You use Instagram DMs or Twitter DMs. The strategy is the same. Value first. Do not say, "Hi, can I edit your videos?" Take one of their videos, edit it, make it better, add captions, add music, send it to them. Say, "Hey, I saw your latest video. Loved the content. I took the liberty of editing a short clip for you to post on TikTok. Here it is. If you like it, feel free to post it. If you want me to do this every day for you, let me know. You just proved you can do the job. You eliminated the risk. If you send 10 of these a day, It is mathematically impossible to stay broke. Step 3, the follow-up. You sent the email, no reply. You get discouraged, you quit. This is where the money is lost. Statistics show that 80% of sales happen after the 5th follow-up. The CEO is busy, he saw your email, liked it, and then his kid started crying or his phone rang and he forgot. You're not being a pest, you're being a professional. Follow up every 2 days. Say, hey John, just bumping this to the top of your inbox. Say, hey John, did you see that video? Say, hey John, are you opposed to fixing that website issue? Do not stop until they say no. No is an answer. Silence is not an answer. Silence means not yet. Be relentless. Step 4, the sales call. They replied. They said, sure, let's talk. Now your heart is pounding. You have to get on Zoom. You have to ask for $2,000. You're sweating. You're afraid they will ask you for a portfolio you don't have. Relax. You're not a beggar. You are a doctor. When you go to the doctor, does he beg you to take the medicine? No. He asks questions. He diagnoses the pain. He prescribes the solution. Here is the structure of the call. Phase 1, the diagnosis. Ask questions. Why did you take this call? What is your revenue goal? What is stopping you from hitting it? How much is a new client worth to you? Let them talk. The person who talks less is in control. You are gathering ammunition. Phase 2, the gap. Repeat back what they said. So John, you are currently at $50,000 a month, but you want to be at $100,000. And the thing stopping you is that you don't have enough leads. Is that right? He will say yes. Now he has admitted he has a problem. Phase 3, the prescription. Okay, I can help with that. We can install our lead generation system. It will bring you 20 leads a month. Based on your close rate, that should get you to your $100,000 goal. Phase 4, the price. State the price and then shut up. The investment is $2,000 a month. Do you want to get started? Silence. Do not speak. The first person to speak loses. He will squirm. He will do the math in his head. He might say, that's expensive. You say, compared to what? Compared to staying at $50,000 a month? Reframe it. If he says, I need to think about it, you say, what is there to think about? You said you are losing money every day. You don't have leads. Let's fix it today. Be firm. You are leading him. Step 5, the onboarding. He says yes. Do not say great. I'll send an invoice. Take the payment on the call. Great. I can take the card right now to get the paperwork started. Open Stripe. Key it in. Money in the bank. Now you are in business. Send him a contract. Keep it simple. I will do X for Y price. Use a template from the internet. Do not overcomplicate legalities at this stage. Now, you have the money, but you have a problem. You promised him a website. You promised him leads. You don't know how to do that. Panic? No. Remember, you are the ghost. You are the architect. You take that $2,000, you keep $1,500 in your pocket. You take $500 and you go to the supply chain we built in part 1. You go to the freelancer you vetted. You say, hey, I have a job. Here's the brief. Can you start today? He says, yes. You are now the project manager. Your job is to make sure the freelancer does good work and hits the deadline. You are the quality control. Do not deliver trash to the client. If the freelancer does a bad job, make him fix it, or fire him and hire another one. You have the margin to do that. The client never talks to the freelancer. The client talks to you. You are the face. The freelancer is the hands. This is the cycle. Hunt, close, outsource, repeat. Do this 5 times. 5 clients at $2,000 is $10,000 a month. That is the magic number. Once you hit $10,000 a month, you have options. You can quit your job. You can hire a full-time project manager to handle the freelancers. You can hire a salesperson to do the calls. Now you are removing yourself from the machine. You're moving from self-employed to business owner. But there is a trap. The trap is fulfillment hell. You get 5 clients, and suddenly you are overwhelmed managing 5 freelancers. You stop hunting. You stop sending emails because you're too busy checking on websites. Then a client leaves. Now you have 4 clients, but you have no pipeline. You haven't sent an email in a month. You start losing money. This is the feast and famine cycle. To avoid this, you must never stop hunting, even when you are full, even when you're busy. You must send emails every single day. If you are too busy to hunt, you hire a hunter. You find a hungry kid who wants to learn sales. You tell him, I will give you 20% of every deal you close. Now you have a sales team. Now you have a delivery team. You're sitting in the middle, conducting the orchestra. Let's talk about niche authority. After you deliver results for one roofer, you are no longer a generalist. You are the roofer guy. You take that case study, how we got John the roofer 20 extra leads. You put that everywhere. Now, when you email the next roofer, you don't say I can help. You say, I just did this for John in Dallas. Do you want the same system? This is the cheat code. Proof sells better than promises. The first client is the hardest. The second is easier. The 10th walks in the door by themselves. You're building a reputation asset. We have covered the model, the niche, the offer, the team, the sales. You have no excuses left. The only variable remaining is your volume. How many emails will you send tomorrow? If you send 5, you will fail. If you send 50, you might succeed. If you send 100, you will win. It is a numbers game. The universe rewards volume. Do not come to me and say, it didn't work if you only knocked on 3 doors. Knock until your knuckles bleed. Then knock with the other hand. This concludes the business autopsy of the ghost agency. You have the vehicle. In episode 4, we are going to talk about what to do with the money once you have it. Most people make $10,000 and spend it on a watch. We are going to talk about the fortress, how to invest for freedom, how to protect your capital, how to escape the tax system legally. But first, go get the first client. The clock is ticking. Start the hunt. Tile.